f of x maps to x squared plus 1 and g of x maps to 4 cos x. Use the chain rule to find f after g prime x, which basically means a composite, so subbing g into f and then applying differentiation. And part 2, g after f prime x, so the other way around, so subbing f into g and then applying our differentiation rules. So part 1, f after g of x, first of all we have to work out. So we're going to sub g of x into f of x. So g of x is 4 cos x. So we're going to swap the x in x squared plus 1 for a set of brackets. And into the brackets goes 4 cos x. So we're subbing g of x into f of x. So 4 cos x squared plus 1 is going to give us 16 cos x squared plus 1, because we square the 4, which gives us 16, and then cos x squared can just stay as cos x squared, or it could be rewritten as cos squared x. So next we differentiate. So we're differentiating with respect to x, so nothing's going to happen to the plus 1 because there is no x. So all we have to differentiate is the 16 cos x to be squared. So we're going to use the chain rule since we have a power, and since we have a trig function, we can use this to guide us. So the chain rule is our outside-inside rule. So we differentiate the outside, so we bring the power down in front. 2 comes down in front, it gets multiplied by the 16 to give us 32. So we differentiate the trig function. We reduce the power by 1, so 2 minus 1 is 1, so cos x to the power 1 will just stay cos x. So we keep the angle, so we just have cos x with no power, but really there's an invisible 1. And then we multiply that by the derivative of the angle. So this is the inside part. So the derivative of cos x is minus sine x. So outside multiplied by inside. And then we just simplify. 32 times minus is just going to be minus 32. And then we stick on the cos x sine x, and we don't need any brackets anymore. So part 2 is g after f prime x. So we're going to sub f of x into g of x. So we're going to sub x squared plus 1 into 4 cos x. So first we're going to take our x squared plus 1 and sub it into that x. So we swap that x for a set of brackets, and x squared plus 1 goes into those brackets. So g after f of x is 4 cos bracket x squared plus 1. So now that we have subbed one function into the other, now we can differentiate. So again, we use the chain rule, which is our outside-inside rule. And again, we can use this to guide us. So we differentiate the trig function. So 4 cos becomes minus 4 sine. So the number in front just stays the same, but the derivative of cos is minus sine. So we get minus 4 sine. We keep the angle, so x squared plus 1, and we multiply that by the derivative of the angle. So the angle is x squared plus 1, so that's what was inside the bracket stuck onto the cos, so that's the angle. And the derivative of x squared is 2x, the derivative of 1 is 0, so we just have 2x. And then we simplify. Minus 4 multiplied by 2x is minus 8x. We stick on the sign, and we stick on the x squared plus 1 with brackets. So we get minus 8x sine x squared plus 1. So remember, this is part of the angle, so that's why we have brackets.